This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company. A commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Hey, welcome back to Between the Ropes here on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I'm Crispy Bacon here with Big B. How you doing, Big B?
Hey, I'm doing great. Good evening, Thomas. Thank you for joining. Get talk a little wrestling with my man Crispy. Hopefully the fans will chime in. And as you guys could tell by our background, we kind of rebranded a little bit, come out with a new backdrop. I think it was time for us to kind of redo things up here. So
yeah, we're making a few changes here, not too much, but just things that need to be done. So tonight's Raw, or was Raw. What did you think of that?
Well, I mean, we'll get into the big bomb drop, I guess, a little bit. But overall, I mean, it was good to watch Raw. I think Netflix and WWE are putting on a spectacular card every week. They're in Philly. It was nice to see that they did a little ECW tribute at the end there with the no holds bar match, Extreme Rules match, whatever. But yeah, we go over the card, Chris. If you got the card handy there, the opening match.
Yeah, I believe the opening match. I don't have the card with me. Hold on. But no, they were in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And I think NXT is going to be there tomorrow.
Yeah, typically what they do is, they'll do a couple of shows there because I know next week, actually I think Friday, they said they're going to be overseas, I think.
Yeah, but it's going to be a normal start time for that.
Yeah.
For that one, at least.
Yeah, Thomas is right. It was Raquel versus Io. Good match. They're setting up for some things. Excuse me. I think we're going to get a Rhea, Io versus Raquel and Perez tag match. But overall, I mean, it was good. I mean, yes, towards the end, Rhea came out to save the day to help Io out. So, I mean, overall, great start to the night. I mean, outside of the opening promo that Rollins and Jey and everybody had, which I thought was actually a very good promo between main event Jey Uso and Rollins and his crew.
It was good. I thought it was interesting that I think it was Heyman that said something about Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah, that one kind of shocked me. So I don't know if him and Tommy Dreamer are having a falling out, or had a falling out. But yeah, that was kind of weird that he would, especially after the recent passing of like Hogan and stuff. But to say that Tommy Dreamer's gone, yeah, I know he's dead or not dead, and then Braun comes up to him and goes, "What? He's not." I thought it was kind of cheesy. But and then having Seth Rollins hype up, kind of making Jay sound like he was putting down the Steiner family, and then finally, Braun had enough of it and tried to get out of the ring, but they held him back. So, yeah.
Thomas is saying if you have a VPN, you can watch SmackDown early on Netflix.
Okay. All right. Thanks for the heads up there, Thomas.
I think that they said tonight on Raw it's going to be on at 7 Central.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be. It's going to change now. Netflix it'll be the 3 p.m. start time, 2 p.m. start time, somewhere in there.
Yeah, for Raw.
But I think SmackDown is going to be the normal time.
Yeah.
After that matchup with EO and Raquel, we had the New Day's Xavier Woods taking on Penta, and Xavier Woods wants his money for that hat he had.
Yeah. I don't know what to think of the New Day kind of, talk about rebranding. I mean, that's pretty much what they're doing. Mourning their tag team loss, partnering up with Grayson Waldner, going after Penta. I don't know what to think. I mean, it's kind of different, so a lot of changes ain't good, but I mean, overall decent match. It was announced for next week that Penta will be facing Kofi, so that should be a good match. I would say that's probably gonna be a good match next week.
It should be a good match. They need to do more with Penta. I feel like he's good.
Yeah, I mean,
they just need to do more.
Yeah, I think they need to push him and start putting the title back on him, and even if it's a tag titles for a little bit or something. But yeah, they need especially with their partnership with AAA. I think we're gonna get a lot of Lucha Libre's push here.
I think so, and I think they're just waiting, for him to reunite with his brother.
Yep, that'd be good.
And maybe once they reunite, they go after the AAA tag titles. That's probably what I'm guessing.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see what they do.
We had more tag team action with the Judgment Day, taking on Mr. Iguana and Dragon Lee. So now Mr. Iguana's been on both brands. Both shows are WWE.
This I think I stepped away for a little bit to go take care of some stuff. So I did. Who ended up winning that match?
Judgment Day.
Okay. So that match, I believe, if I remember right, I'm trying to think of who the other competitors were on Triple Mania, but Judgment Day won that one.
Against Mr. Iguana and someone else, I think.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because the funny spot on AAA, Triple Mania, is the Iguana had his guy, his little puppet, and then Finn Balor brought out the Demon Finn Balor puppet, and they kind of, try to wrestle a little bit. So that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So.
And now for $100, you can get the Demon Finn Balor puppet.
Yeah.
Fans are not happy with the price, but go buy it.
All right.
But, no, it was a good match, I think. Let's see, Becky Lynch and Natalya for the women's IC title. Looked like Natalya got hurt. Becky Lynch won that match, and then I think afterwards we saw Nikki Bella come out and declare
Yeah,
her.
it's I don't know. Last few weeks with Becky Lynch, ever since the Nikki Bella, it just seems like they're kind of forcing Becky down. Forcing Becky to come out and have matches. I mean, she fought last week against I can't think of her name now.
Maxine Dupree.
Yeah, Maxine Dupree, and then this week was Natalia. And excuse me, Nikki or Natalia getting hurt. Yeah, maybe had the match gone differently. I mean, not that Becky would have lost, but I don't know. It just did seem like a forced match. Then of course the ending with Nikki coming out. So again they're setting up those two. I don't think Nikki's going to win, but who knows what's going to happen. But that Becky versus Nikki should be a pretty good match.
I think it will. It's good to to see the title be put up for grabs.
Yeah,
like just hanging on to it.
Yeah, and I'm with Thomas, and I hope she is okay.
Yeah, talking about Natalia.
Yeah.
And she was talking about, Natalia was on an interview that she wants to take her, her darker persona than that Natty Neidhart into WWE, but she doesn't want them to ruin it.
Yeah.
Which I get.
Yeah.
But I do hope she's okay, and we'll see what happens in the future.
Yep.
After that, we saw Naomi announce her big, talk about her big announcement. She kind of skirted around it, sort of, by playing the interview with Stephanie McMahon and Naomi and Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy Uso. That there's a baby Uso on the way.
Yep. No, we got another Uso family member. The bloodline lives on.
Yeah.
It was actually a pretty cool promo, with her coming out first, and we, like you said, we kind of all heard the rumors that it was going to happen, and then of course Pierce comes out and gives her his congratulations, and she kind of did the heel thing, and I don't need your congratulations. I'm not going to give up this title to you, and
yeah,
so it was kind of a cool, different moment when it came to that announcement. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they tease that they're going to talk about the title picture next week, because who they said the number one contender.
Stephanie Becker.
Yeah, so she's the number one contender. So if they let her keep her number one shot, then do you do a battle royal, a fatal 4-way, or a couple matches and the two winners face off? I mean, so it'll be interesting to see what they do and who they put in the title picture.
I think what you do is, I like the fatal 4-way idea, but I can't remember who are the last 4 competitors in that battle royal at Evolution, but you take, besides the Stephanie Becker, you take the other 4, put them in the fatal 4-way.
Yeah, there you go. I like that, Chris. You should pitch that to WWE. Yeah. So yeah, I think that would be a fair idea. Is take the final 4 from the women's battle royal and throw them in a fatal 4-way, and the winner faces Valkyria.
But I think a lot of people are thinking that it's going to be Io. Like Io's going to probably come up to Pierce and go, "I want my shot. I want my championship back."
Yeah, maybe. If they're pushing that towards a tag match, So I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. I could see EO doing that, but again, too, I could see them, maybe keeping that storyline going with the tag match down the road. So
yeah. And then your main event, we kind of briefly, talked about it. Jey Uso, Braun Breaker, in an Extreme Rules match. Fitting match where they're at in Philadelphia.
Yep. Jey Uso came out with the headband and give homage to ECW alum legend New Jack. Braun came out. Kind of had a scary moment with Braun where he landed on all the equipment and stuff like that. That had to hurt.
Yeah.
But of course, good match. Figure it out, as we all probably sat there that we knew Bronson Reed was going to interfere. You knew Seth was going to interfere. I'm trying to think who else. LA Knight came out, and then the big pop was Roman's music hits. And it was kind of funny because it was like Braun didn't know, it was playing off. He doesn't know what he should do, go after Jay or, wait for Roman to come out. Well, he started his run and he gets speared. So I thought that was a kind of a cool, good spot there to kind of throw us all off that Roman was going to come down the aisle. And then, turned around the corner, here comes Roman. So, and then, of course, Jay ended up winning. So that was good there. So I think they're still strongly setting up a Roman team and Seth team for War Games if they decide to do War Games this year.
Yeah, they are doing War Games this year. It was confirmed by WWE.
They're going to do War Games, okay.
Yeah. Because I think on the poster it said SummerSlam or War Games.
Okay.
Survivor Series War Games.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how they set those teams up because, you got Rollins group, you got Roman with some of the original Bloodline members, you got Solo in his group. So, could they twist it on us and get a 3-way War Games? But
has that ever happened? A 3-way version of it?
I don't think so. Thomas, he's the Encyclopedia of Wrestling. I don't think they did it when they had NXT invade, but I think that'd be kind of interesting. Maybe just 4-on-4 instead of 5-on-5. So it'd be an interesting concept to get 3 teams involved.
Let's see. Okay, yes, there has been a triple threat War Games match in wrestling. And it was in NXT. It occurred in NXT TakeOver War Games in 2017, featuring the Undisputed Era, Sanity, and the team of Roderick Strong and the Authors of Pain.
Okay. Well, it'll be interesting to see if they try to repeat that because I think that's kind of where they're heading to. And which team do you keep out? if in fact they do have a Roman team and a set team and a solo team. I mean, you can't really keep them all out. So
It was their first year of doing war games.
okay,
I guess they wanted to show how brutal it was.
yeah.
And looks like Drew McIntyre was part of it too. I don't know about the War Games match, but part of the event. So that'd be interesting if that really did happen, or really will happen, I should say.
Yeah.
Thomas is saying it's all over the advertising for this year's NXT or for this year's War Games or Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Which will be in at Petco Park, San Diego. So, as for the card for Clash in Paris,
Actually, Thomas has got a good point there too. Instead of forcing a women's, because they haven't really, started, picking teams for the women. So Thomas could be right. They could be setting up for 2 men war games.
they hardly ever do set up women's War Games match. It's usually set up for men, and they just put the women's match together.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see what happens. But I kind of like that idea. 2 different men war games.
One thing also for Raw tonight, we saw a vignette from Bailey hinting at coming, a returning character.
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, I can see her kind of reverting back to the lovable Bailey with the Bailey buddies.
Yeah.
I can see her kind of turning and trying to do a more darker Bailey. So I don't know. I'm kind of intrigued to see which way they're going with this. Because
I think it's going to be I think it was the Hugger Bailey, because at the end of it, where she's the huggable.
Oh, it comes back as a hugger with the Bailey buddies. I think that would be nice.
Because at the end, her thoughts was like, "Do you need a hug?"
Yeah.
And then it cuts away.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking she might be going back that route.
That she could be.
But only time will tell. As for Clash in Paris, I think we're going to have 5 matches, but right now there's 4. We have John Cena, Logan Paul. I don't
know. It intrigues me a little bit, because this is kind of like with me backing Logan, like I did Dominic back when he first came out. It's like just go in time, and every time Logan's come to the ring and gotten in the ring, and he's put on a good show. So this kind of match intrigues me to see how well a young Logan Paul does with the veteran like John Cena. Because John Cena, yeah, he can do some stuff too, but not like he did back in the day, and not like Logan Paul does. So it'll be interesting to see how this match plays out. I'm kind of on the fence on picking a winner yet, but I mean, maybe I'll decide something closer. I mean, for sure, I'll decide something closer, but right now, I just don't know who I would put on top.
It is hard to decide that. We'll probably make our predictions next week. You have Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Jey Uso, and LA Knight in the Fatal 4-Way match for the World Heavyweight Championship. That's going to be a good match. That's probably going to be your main event.
That's probably going to be the main event. I can see either guy walking away. I mean, I'm kind of leaning towards more Seth walking away because they just put the title on him. And Triple H doesn't seem like one guy that keeps pulling the titles off of each other and putting them on different people. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that match. But yeah, I think that right now looks like to be the match of the night.
I think so. I'm sure Rollins is gonna win.
Yeah.
I'd like to see CM Punk win it.
Yeah, I'd like to see CM Punk win, but again, Rollins is, got it on his bucket list that as long as he's around, CM Punk's never going to hold the title. So
maybe he needs a brand switch.
Yeah, I'm with you, Thomas. I think Seth walks out with the title still.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what Thomas is saying too. You also have Sheamus versus Rusev in a good old Donnybrook match.
Yeah, this one's going to be this one's going to be just a big brawl. I mean, they're teasing it the last few weeks. They teased it this week. These guys they're going to throw haymakers. I mean, it should be a good match. I think it might be one of those matches as we call like a Dragon Viper snack break match, unless you kind of like that brawling. So
that might be the match that kicks things off.
That could be the kickoff match. You are right.
No shame to them, but I think that's the match you start with.
Yeah.
To get the crowd hyped. You also have Bronson Reed versus Roman Reigns. We kind of had that hint tonight. Basically, Bronson Reed calling out Roman, saying, "I'll see you in Paris."
Yeah, this is another match too that I just, I think it'll be a good match. Bronson's young, Roman's, definitely getting up there. So, I just right now I'm on the fence again with this one. I'm picking a winner because I think if you're WWE, you want to push your young talent, so you push Bronson Reed, and he's just been destroying everybody. But then again, you got Roman Reigns, probably top 5, people that everybody comes watch weekly. So do you put him over? I mean, so I guess we'll have to see. I think it'll be a pretty decent match. So
I think it will. It's going to be a good match. And then, of course, the unknown with Stephanie Baker. It's not officially now of what's going to happen, but she was going to be having a match against Naomi. But, what if you put her against Tiffany?
No, they got Tiffy going over there with Cargill and all them. I think you're still going to get the Raw Women's title on the line, and she'll get her title shot.
Because that Battle Royal was for any title.
Yeah.
I mean,
there could be a possibility that, they have her show up on Raw this week and, say, hey, I choose you now, so, or demand to get her title shot and she goes after Tiffany. There's always that possibility. We've seen WWE swerve us over and over again the last few weeks, though.
Because Sami Zayn switched from Raw or SmackDown to Raw. Or no, Raw to SmackDown, I'm sorry. Raw to SmackDown. And then we saw LA Knight go from SmackDown to Raw.
Yep. You just don't know what they want to do.
Well, I think since Cross is away, I think he'll be back at some point. Maybe not right away, but like a rebrand. We're talking about rebrands this whole show.
Yeah.
Carrying Cross is let go, and you'll have Killer Cross come back. Maybe not now, but in due time, probably.
Yeah. We'll see what they do. I think Cross is still one of those that everybody's kind of shocked that they released. After just bringing them back, and so
Fans are are clamoring for Cross to come back, and it showed from viewers footage that we want Cross chance.
Yeah.
So, what else is going on in wrestling news? I guess Shawn Michaels had surgery to remove twisted back rods after years of pain.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully for a speedy recovery for him. Yeah, I mean those guys are all getting up there now with the surgeries and stuff to repair stuff. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Locally, I should say locally, but there was a promotion here in the Midwest. They actually just had Buff Bagwell out to do a meet and greet, and from the pictures I saw, Buff looked like he was in very good spirits after his recent surgery of amputating his left leg, I believe it was. So, that's good for him. I'm glad he's in good spirits.
Yeah, that is good. Because don't you have a big promotion coming up down your way?
We do. As a matter of fact, TNA will be in town in a couple weeks, the 4th and 5th. The Hardy Boys will be in town tomorrow and Wednesday to promote that. They will be throwing out the first pitch for the Twins versus Oakland.
Oh, cool.
And then they will also be at one of the wrestling schools, Ken Anderson's wrestling school, the Academy, doing a presser open to the public. Me and my son will not be going to that. It is my son's birthday this week. So we got plans on Wednesday already to take some of his friends out to a water park to swim. So we will be missing that. But, get out there. If you're in Minnesota, you hear this. The Hardys are coming.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be good. It'd be cool to get like the Hardys or whoever to jump on and
and then our other big
your other big promotion.
Yeah, so and then of course Mid All Star Wrestling, they're ramping up to their big event, Grand Slam 7, November 1st. Me and my son will definitely be present for that. A few weeks ago, they announced the first signing, which was going to be the meet and greet, which is a great Muda. I can't wait for that one. They announced the first match was going to be a local girl, Sierra, who I believe is ranked in the top 200 in women's professional wrestling.
Oh, wow.
She'll be going against NXT star Isle Dons.
Okay.
So I can't wait for that one. I'm guessing that's going to be a meet and greet with her too, so that'll be cool. And then just announced this afternoon, the they are bringing in WCW legend, or WWF legend at the time, WWC Adam Bomb, aka the Wrath in WCW. Big dude. He did a lot in WWE, WCW. So they're bringing him in. So that'll be kind of a cool meet and greet. And hopefully we got plenty more to announce. So I can't wait.
Yeah, that would sound really cool. It's good to have, former wrestlers, current wrestlers, out there and, doing the indie scene, unlike what Matt Cardone is doing. But
yeah, no, it's cool to get out there. I mean, it's definitely, and I know Thomas has been down in his area to some local events and some big events. I mean, yeah, we all definitely like going to the big WWE shows and AEW shows and stuff like that. But to get up and close and personal with these guys at indie shows and, get their autographs, see them, standing in front of you, being able to ask them a question. I mean, nothing beats that. I mean, yeah, it'd be cool to sit down and have a, table of three dinner with them, but no, just to be able to see these guys come in and, get an autograph, bonding with other wrestling fans, or even, like me and my son, it builds great memories. So
it does.
yeah.
I think NWA has a. I mean, you can still go to it, but it's nice to see like NWA has a streaming deal with Roku. To stream their show.
Yeah, I think Roku had it. I know for a while there, NAW had a weekly show on NWA Power on YouTube. So
yeah, well, it's now on Roku. I think Tuesdays at 7.
Okay, that's good, Thomas. I mean, yeah, it's always good to find out where these guys are, what they've been up to, and it's always good to ask a question like, when I asked, when I met Eric Bischoff a few months ago, I asked him, was there possibly a third option for the leader of the NWO? And he's like, nope. He said it was either Hogan or Sting, and once Hogan commit, that was it. So,
and if it wasn't Hogan, it'd be Sting.
Yeah,
it was either going to be one or the other.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, you get those insights like you just had, from wrestlers or promoters or people in the business, and that goes with any industry really.
Well, yeah, it is, to get to see what they're doing, see what they miss. Like I met Don Marie a few months ago, and I asked her, what she missed about wrestling, and her answer, she said, out of no disrespect, she doesn't miss anything. It's part of her life, and now she's moved on to becoming a nurse, and she will get back out there and to meet the fans and stuff. But wrestling is in her past. So I mean, that was a shocking answer, but it was truthful. So
does she regret that storyline she had?
Yeah, I didn't ask about that story. I know what storyline you're talking about, but I did ask her. I mean, she says she doesn't regret doing the business. She doesn't regret anything that happened. So, but she just it's part of her past.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you got the inside scoop, kind of.
Yeah. Well.
And it's good to see that Chris Bay is doing better. getting back
Yeah.
out there, working out. I think Ace Austin is in AEW. I thought I heard. I know he was in TNA and his contract got.
Yeah, I haven't heard any update on him.
Speaking of TNA, they had their a pay-per-view this past week. Really, everybody retained.
Yeah.
Now you're just waiting for the next one. So not much news on TNA. I know WWE. I heard something about September 20th. They're doing some kind of event to counter programming with AEW. Maybe that was
there is rumors that are you talking about the weekly bit or are you talking about like a pay-per-view bit?
I guess a pay-per-view bit that gonna be on
because there was some rumblings
on ESPN.
Okay. Because I heard there's some rumors going around that WWE may be adding or moving a show, NXT most likely, to Wednesday to counteract AEW. So,
yep, I did hear that.
Yeah. So, again, could spike up the wars, but right now, I think the downside is that AEW just doesn't have that firepower to go against anything WWE brings at them, even if it was NXT. I still think WWE is still the big dog, so AEW is going to have to find a way to get that viewership to watch them more.
So, I don't know how. I'm guessing this is true, but JC Jane and Trick Williams will drop their respective titles at Bound for Glory.
Yeah, I think they will. At least Trick will. JC, I think she will too. But Trick, I think that's I think it's time for Santana to get that title. So hopefully they put that on Santana for a little bit. JC, honestly, anybody could take that title. Heck, maybe even put the women's NXT title on a TNA person for a while. Maybe that's what it was, Thomas. Maybe that's what I was reading. Is that if they end up buying TNA, they would move it to Wednesdays.
Yeah,
which that would be something.
So if that happens, you'll have Raw on Mondays, NXT on Tuesdays, TNA on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Along with Evolve on WWE Evolve on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then you'll have a spot open for Thursday, and then Friday will be SmackDown.
Yeah, that's I'm with WWE back in TNA, it's only due time when we read that they bought them or they are agreeing to a long-term partnership.
And then now do you put, because they bought AAA,
Yeah, that's another promotion you can start seeing pop up, AAA, and watching it on YouTube for free, and I got to start watching more AAA events and start googling some of their matches, because some of the matches I see, they put it out there. Those luchadors, they know how to use every square part of that ring.
Yeah. They do. I also heard that they're looking to move the archive, library,
Yeah.
WWE, over to YouTube, possibly for
Okay.
free. None of that's
Yeah,
really
WWE moving around everything is kind of getting confusing.
a little bit.
I don't know what they're thinking. I mean, I'm still going to watch as much as I can. You
Right.
know.
And the reason why they want to put it on YouTube is for those newer fans.
Yeah.
Because it's becoming a popular app. People use it all the time, and we're on it right now.
Yeah.
So
And Thomas made a good point too. AEW could move Collision to Thursday since there's no WNBA on TNA or TNT anymore. That's a possibility too.
true. What are you
That's
gonna do? What are you gonna do when NBA rolls around?
NBA is no longer on TNT. So
True,
yeah,
but you'll still lose viewers.
yeah. Who knows? But that's again too. If AEW gets that, starts getting good storylines and good headwave and get people's interest going. I mean, they'll be fine. WWE's already putting the library. Yeah. I mean, honestly, everybody's putting some sort of wrestling content on the YouTube,
I mean,
So
WWE has an NXT library, a
yeah,
WCW library, ECW library.
yeah. So
Everybody's doing streaming on there for a lot of
yep,
things. So
yep, they sure are. So
but that's all I really got as far as like new stuff.
yeah, I don't have much. I mean, watch Raw turned out good. I I know I watched SmackDown, but for some reason it's not coming to me on what matches were on there. But this week, John Cena will be on to cut a promo. Of course, for Logan Paul, and of course, we'll probably see Logan Paul show up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Logan Paul is going to be there.
Oh yeah.
But I think it's going to be a good show. Well,
Yeah, it'll be a good one. I mean, definitely, them pushing overseas, so they're gonna have a good show.
Yeah, it's going to be loud, which I don't mind that. Good
Yep.
crowd. Any final thoughts, Big B?
No, just keep checking us out as we semi rebrand some of our shows. They'll still be the same good names. This week, C2C Rankum will be preempted again. Like I said, Wednesday, got some plans with my kid for his birthday. So check us out the following week as we break down some topics, rank them. Also, the Bears huddle will be coming up with the St. Paul Saints and Coach Cody. We are shooting for the 27th, the week before they open up on the road against Iowa. So we'll talk about their preparations for their game. Also, that day too, morning tailgate will be moving to Wednesday nights.
Yep.
Part of our rebranding. It'll be called Primetime Blitz. So check that out. It'll be the same content. Me, Crispy Bacon, and Prime Moose Chip Hendricks will be there, giving our predictions, our ups and downs, and seeing what storylines we could break down for football season as that rolls around. And then we are thinking about bringing back On Deck for the playoff season. Me and Chris are talking about that backstage.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep watching out for that. Our shows are coming back. Just kind of had to do a little rebranding. So, Chris?
Thomas has a shout out.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Thomas. I'll let him know. I mean, he definitely likes these podcasts, so definitely we'll let him know. So,
Yeah. So yeah, all of our shows are slowly coming back, revamped, and changing some stuff, but keeping it the same as well.
yeah, exactly. So,
with that, hope everyone has a great week. We'll be back next week for another Between the Ropes, previewing Clash in Paris. So with that, have a great week, and we'll see you guys next time.
all right, have a good night.